when you go up to a team and they have a book and they have some other stuff around it, you know, it brings your attention to them. You automatically want to engage with them. It's like an icebreaker. And also it just shows that, you know, they have energy and they're willing to actually produce some of their ideas instead of just talk about producing them.
Yeah, it's also been good. We've seen quite a few teams in there who have had non-curricular stuff in there. They've thought, right, here's a problem, let's solve it. That's even more exciting. It shows their creative thinking in everyday life, not just when they're told to. It's good.
As long as you have great ideas that show a diverse range of thinking, and you've kind of, you know, thought about everything, how it could be expanded, I think that's always a good thing. You see, you can come up with a lot of ideas that can just have one media or one thought, but if you can come up with an idea that can be spread across a lot of, you know, different things, that shows the strength of it.
I just like being surprised when you look at an idea and you go, actually, that's really good. You know, you get that initial reaction. That's pretty much what I look for. You know,
I go for like what the big idea is rather than what the execution is. So it's like if you've got a really good idea, you can then execute it across any different media, and I think that's, you know, that will always win.
But yeah, it's like the whole package, you know, from your book to the way you articulate yourself, the way you kind of present into, because you know, you might not necessarily know who you're kind of speaking to. It's only maybe at the end of the conversation that you find out that you might have been speaking to someone who might be potentially, like I said, giving you a job placement, you know, job offers at certain times. So
I think it's quite important when they like chatting to you, because there's a couple of people that are quite, you know, hard to talk to, and it makes it difficult then to sort of like give, you know, your sort of thoughts
you just need to be open. It's your work at the end of the day, so you've got to have pride and, you know, a bit of respect.
I want to see it in lots of different applications. I want to see it in terms of a live interaction, a script, a personality, a sales promotion. I want it to work right across every channel, work really hard for me, but always come back to a really single-minded, really strong, focused idea. For me to come to a night like tonight and meet people that I've met tonight that haven't sold themselves and delivered or given me something inspiring to go with, I want to call them back, I want to email them. You guys do that. You keep momentum, you keep rolling, you get inspirational ideas that kind of create more and more momentum. I just found that the spirit of some of those guys in the room tonight really flat, really flat.
I think there's a lot of people that are really savvy about, I call it the game of getting a placement. It's not just putting a book there and waiting for people to look through the ideas and like the book. I think they have to like you as well. And I think some people just understand that a good idea is enough and they don't need to kind of squeeze the life out of it to make it into 5 or 6 pages in a book. They just do another good idea after that. And I think that's the hardest thing, consistency throughout, you know, in good idea after good idea after good idea. And that's quite rare. And that's when I think books start to get really good and get placements everywhere and jobs.